So we're going to be doing warm-ups, and we're going to start with the first one here, where what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice first going to one chair, to the other chair. I stay up high, but it's anticipating falling into a position that you recognize. I could go into a squat from this position. So it's about having this pre-calculation of movement, although in real life it's always going to be random. At least you learn to fall into a position that you desire. And see, I'm not going too low or too fast. So if there's any weird glitches in my body, I could respond to them. Okay, because things are just going to heat up. Don't go to the next stage of complexity till you have the right warm-up. Okay, good. So next I'm going to be practicing here is something very simple. It's going to be reaching to find one chair and reaching to touch the other chair. Okay, so here you could see this as if you're playing badminton. There you go. Oh, or if you are a goalkeeper, you would be like, have to protect the ball from going into the net, right? And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to reach, and I hold myself with a chair a bit. I try to find some form of support with it. And you know, if you're in yoga, you'd be like, like Warrior 2 type of thing. Well, yeah, kind of, right? They all interconnect. So reaching out. 2 more. And last one. See, at least I have the support. Okay, nice and beautiful. Okay, next thing we want are obviously our wrists to be able to handle the stress that we have for today. So what I do here is I practice to come down in my squat, meaning I push back my hips, and I'm just gonna walk onto my mat. Okay, what I could do here is move to my side, move back to the center, move to my other side, and move back to my center, and then move back. It seems like a lot. Perfect. We're going to do 2 of them because there's a lot of movements into it. So coming down, I'm secure here. I'm moving forward. Then what is my coordination to get here? My legs are always lightly bent. I make sure that my elbows are not hyperextended. That's dangerous. And I'm focused on mobility here. The ease I have in being able to move my body. See, I'm always refreshing my body. So like I said, I only need 2 of them for right now. Next, what I'm going to be practicing is combining all of these things together. Oh, what do you mean? Well, I'm going to practice to go to one side, crawl forward into a partial push-up. And when I recognize my position here, I'm going to go to my other position where I align myself with my squat and crawl forward into a push-up that's delicious to me. Always my posture first. And the goal here is to not tire out the body with one set of movements, but to absorb the stress with the entirety of what you have. That wasn't the best transition. My next one will be better for sure. And we're gonna have 2 more here. So every part of the movement helps you to recuperate from the previous one. So if the push-up was hard, don't worry. When you'll be hopping from one side to the next, you'll be recuperating from the push-up. So it's the principle of show me all of what you got, right? We don't want to be using outdated strategies that don't adapt to the reality of our lives. Cool. Well, that was fun. All right, next thing I want to practice is obviously the mobility of my leg. There's going to be a nice fun new exercise that you get to try today. So I'm going to do here is sweeping in and up, in, up, in, up. Go to my other side, leave this foot open, in, up, in, up, in, up. In, up, in, up, in, up. Great. Same thing here. In, up, in, up, in, up. I'm going to go for a last time. Notice that now I'm allowing my head to go with where my foot is going, right? I'm looking, I'm seeing how my body is adjusting to this, okay? Good. And remember, I'm not jerking, I'm not trying to force my body into anything. I'm observing its natural, comfortable limit. If I'm at the limit and I'm comfortable with it, there's no stress, and I could explore something new without hurting my body in the process. Great, so there's a lot of beautiful things that we did. What do I want to work here ideally with? I want to be able to take that foot that's open and bring it over my chair, right? I just want to take my foot and bring it. So what I was doing here, I'm doing it a little bit higher, right? So 1, and from this wide stance, 2. Perfect. Let me try this with my other side. 1, see, I fall back into position, and 2, in position. You got to pay attention to your knees as you're doing this. 1, back, and 2, back. Beautiful stuff. The best way to do this is if I would have my chair aligned, let's say, in this way. That was just a kind of like a pre-warm-up, okay? So I'm gonna practice here. At least I don't have the highest point of the chair to go over. So from here, I'm gonna practice looking over and then over. Then I adjust myself with here, over, and then see, I'm in an angle here. So I should open my foot to go over, okay? I turn here, okay. See, I'm adjusting myself. See, I'm in diagonal here. So I need to open my foot over, see, and open this foot over. And I think that's the biggest mistake I see when people try to do this. Their foot stays planted and it moves in a weird way. So if I'm going my left, open your right, over, and open my left, over. Last time the other side. And it's just to get to move all along, I'm using 2 chairs, right? So let's go with my right leg first. I open my left foot, over. Open my right leg, over. Okay, beautiful. It's just mobility. And if you do this well, there won't be any weird feelings in your lower back. What do I mean? You could get weird feelings in your lower back when you're trying to force a movement, all right? So stay with your body so it's smooth and there's an ease to it. Perfect. All right. So next thing I'm going to practice here, I'm going to practice my dips. So here, good posture. 1, 2, 3. Transfer over to my next side. Adjust myself. 1, 2, 3. Bring my hands forward. Adjust myself. 1, 2, 3. Adjust myself. Center my chair a little bit better. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, that's good. See, those are many things that you could do when you're using this type of equipment. All right, so the next thing we want to do is go back to our push-ups. What do you mean? You just worked your arms. That's the whole point. So I'm going to fix back my chairs over here. And all they do is they represent where I want to be able to squat when I'm off of my mat, right? Or I have 1 foot on it if I want. So here, coming down through my squat, and yeah, because I'm only spending a little time in the push-up. Everything else is my transfer, lowering myself, and coming back up. And notice I could go lower in my push-up now. Why didn't I go lower before? Because I was respecting my comfortable limit, right? Because of that, I don't have weird pain in my shoulders like I usually do if I try to go too low too fast. I let my body tell me when it's ready. So you're improving the long-term relationship with your body. We'll have 2 more. This is the before last one. And see, I'm working the mobility of my legs all the time. And I wait before getting pissed off with one exercise before I move to the next. And beautiful. Now that was nice and fun. All right, so now we're gonna go back to these kicks that we're doing here. So I just aim for the back of my chair. So here, what am I looking for? From my open stance here, I'm going to bring my leg over. Then I come here, to help me bring my leg over. 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 So notice I'm creating myself some distance. I'm shifting to the side so I could come in. I could come in with this sweep. I come in. Good, and I'm ready. And I'm going to my other side so I could come in. So there's more ease into it. So I'm using a form of momentum right here. And my next, I step into it. I step into and back here. Nice and beautiful. I love that. All right, so now we're going to review what we did yesterday, all right? And yesterday we had practice being able to come up. Whew, that didn't feel good. Next one will be better. So I have to listen. All right, I have to figure out my body. Much better now. See, I'm figuring it out. I'm not just telling you what to do. You have to figure out what's going on in your body. And do I feel more at ease with this? Yeah, I feel more comfortable now. Okay, now I'm going to practice lifting up and extending down. Okay, because you'll have to extend, but at least extend while your leg's going back down. So you have to understand there's a timing in bringing down your leg. It feels a little bit weird right now. Good thing I have the support of the chair. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, I'm going to step in. See? Right before my chair. I'm going to bring my leg behind and step in, almost as if I want to touch that. Almost as if I want to touch that. Now it makes more sense because I stepped into it and brought down my leg. I stepped into it and brought down my leg. What if you have longer legs? Let's continue. So, leg behind and perfect. One more each side. Perfect. See, once again where I fall. I'm always trying to fall in a base that I recognize, okay? At least for the start. Then you'll have different bases that you could fall into, all right? I love this. I thought this was beautiful. Next thing I'm gonna do here, do a last round of our push-ups to really get everything involved. This one's gonna be the final round. I want a jump squat because it makes me spend a lot of energy. A jump squat. So here what I'm gonna do, it's like almost like a burpee. I'm gonna come off the floor, right? And go into my push-up. Then, to kill my legs, I'm going to smoothly transfer twice to align myself with my other chair. Stay with me. Low transfer. 1, 2. From here, I gotta practice coming off the floor with no impact. Did you see how I landed? I landed low by absorbing, like a shock absorber, the impact. Get ready for it. Light. Even if it's 1 centimeter. It's to practice landing with no impact. Transfer. Smooth. Legs burning yet? And here you go. Smooth, no impact. Even when you're tired, manage yourself. So you could have a beautiful integrity of movement. All right, we're almost done. 1, 2. And when you're ready, push up. Never breaking my neck or my integrity. Let's finish over there. 1, 2. Oh, and this is it, the finale. Beautiful. Excellent. Wow, well, that was kind of fun. So I'm gonna do here, obviously, mobility. I'm gonna allow myself to use my chair to find my mobility point. keep this close to me to help me stay upright at my lowest point. Instead of having your fingers on the floor, you can stay upright this way. And breathe. And check with yourself. How good do you feel now? So it's the joy of being self-monitored. Having this camera that never turned off on the facts. You know what was going on inside your body. You know what was going on in your thoughts. Like what were you telling yourself during the movement? And what were you feeling from that interaction? Then the next level is paying attention to that in someone else as you're paying attention to that within yourself. At least you know there's always a next level. So I thank you today for seeing how I mixed up plenty of things, but just to keep stretching what our ease and our limits could combine together.